Long before the towering forges of Europe or the steel mills of Asia, deep within the heart of Africa, the first sparks of ironworking illuminated the night. In the dense forests and sprawling savannas, ancient blacksmiths toiled under the weight of secrecy and skill, shaping the earth's raw elements into tools of survival and instruments of power. The clanging of metal against metal reverberated through the land, each strike a testament to human ingenuity. The mastery of ironworking was not merely a craft but a sacred art, guarded by those who understood the delicate balance between fire, earth, and human effort. Deep pits carved into the ground held the smoldering remnants of charred wood, a process carefully controlled to create the purest charcoal. This fuel was the lifeblood of the furnaces, feeding the flames that would transform common stones into valuable metal. Bellows, crafted from animal hides and wood, pumped air into makeshift forges, intensifying the heat until it reached temperatures capable of melting the iron ore. It was a delicate dance of fire and air, a technique perfected through generations of trial and observation. The very land itself seemed to breathe, exhaling the raw materials that would shape the destiny of civilizations. To the untrained eye, these rocks were indistinguishable from ordinary stones, their hidden value known only to those who had deciphered the secrets of the earth. As the fire raged, the iron seeped from its mineral prison, pooling at the base of the furnace in molten streams. The sight was nothing short of alchemical, a transformation that mirrored the resilience and ingenuity of the people who had unlocked its potential. The iron was then extracted, hammered, and refined, each step revealing its strength and malleability. It was here, in the heart of the African landscape, that metallurgy was born, not in the grand halls of European castles, nor in the towering pagodas of the East, but in the hands of those who listened to the whispers of the land. The ancient blacksmiths, their faces illuminated by the glow of the forge, forged more than tools and weapons. They shaped history itself. Their legacy, etched in iron and fire, remains a testament to Africa's pioneering role in the dawn of metallurgy. Beneath the rich soil of ancient Africa lay veins of iron ore, hidden treasures that had waited millennia to be unearthed. The Noke people, their hands coarse with the dust of the land, unearthed these dark stones with an understanding passed down through generations. The process was sacred, a ritual woven into the fabric of their lives. The knowledge was not written in books or etched in stone, but carried in the stories of elders, preserved in the rhythm of chants sung as furnaces blazed. To them, iron was more than a metal, it was a bridge between the physical and spiritual realms, a gift from the ancestors that held the power to shape their world. The transformation of rock to metal was no ordinary feat. It required patience, precision, and an unwavering connection to the elements. Iron smelting pits, some as deep as a man's height, stood as silent witnesses to this ancient practice. Clay furnaces lined with fire-resistant stones endured the violent heat needed to extract the metal. Skilled artisans monitored every stage, knowing that the success of their efforts would determine the prosperity of their people. It was a delicate balance, one that required both knowledge and instinct to perfect. As the flames roared and the earth softened, the molten iron was carefully extracted and worked into shape. Blacksmiths, revered within their communities, wielded their hammers with precision, shaping tools, weapons, and ornaments that would define the lives of those who wielded them. Each strike of the hammer sent a message through time, echoing the mastery of those who had tamed fire and stone. The process was both laborious and profound, a symbol of human determination and resourcefulness. With each casting and hammering, the Noke and their successors laid the foundations of metallurgy, reshaping the destiny of an entire continent. Their legacy was not merely one of innovation, but of endurance and ingenuity. The secrets of the soil, once hidden beneath the earth's surface, became the building blocks of civilization. In the silent depths of history, Africa's blacksmiths stood as the true pioneers of ironworking, forging a path that would be followed for centuries to come. To be a blacksmith in ancient Africa was to wield power far beyond that of an ordinary craftsman. These were not merely workers of metal but revered figures whose knowledge straddled the boundary between science and mysticism. They were alchemists of fire and earth, transforming rough ores into weapons, tools, and symbols of prestige. Across the kingdoms of Mali, Ghana, and Songhai, the forge was not simply a place of labor, it was a sacred space where raw elements were purified, molded, and consecrated. The rhythmic pounding of hammers against anvils was more than a sound of industry. It was a ritual, a heartbeat of civilization itself. Kings and warriors understood the blacksmith's mastery, for in their hands lay the power to shape empires. The strength of a kingdom rested not just in its armies but in the sharpness of its blades and the durability of its armor. The iron spears of African warriors cut through enemy ranks with precision, while iron-tipped arrows found their targets with deadly efficiency. The blacksmith's craft determined the fate of battles, and thus, they held an honored place in society. Even beyond the battlefield, their influence was profound. Iron plows allowed for deeper tilling of the earth, expanding agriculture and securing food supplies for growing populations. Without the blacksmith, there was no war, no harvest, no empire, but their power extended beyond the physical world. Blacksmiths were believed to possess esoteric knowledge, passed down through generations, linking them to the divine. Their ability to harness fire and bend metal to their will gave them an almost supernatural aura. Many African societies regarded them as spiritual intermediaries, keepers of ancestral wisdom, and protectors of sacred traditions. Some were even feared, their knowledge of metallurgy seen as a form of sorcery. It was said that only those born into blacksmithing families could truly master the craft, for the secrets of the forge were not meant for the uninitiated. Shrouded in smoke and shadow, these artisans were the unseen architects of civilization. Their hands shaped not only tools and weapons but also the course of history itself. With every molten pour and every stroke of the hammer, they forged the destiny of nations, ensuring that their legacy would endure long after their furnaces had cooled. Theirs was a craft of strength and reverence, a balance of destruction and creation, where the power to build and the power to conquer were one and the same. The knowledge of ironworking did not remain confined to the lands of its discovery. Like a flame carried by the wind, it spread across the vast expanse of Africa, igniting new possibilities and reshaping societies. Traders traveling the trans-Saharan routes transported not only iron tools and weapons but also the expertise to forge them. These blacksmiths and merchants exchanged their wares for gold, salt, and ivory, ensuring that iron became as valuable as the wealth it purchased. With each transaction, the influence of African metallurgy expanded, fueling the rise of powerful civilizations and altering the course of history. Iron was more than just a material, it became a currency, a means of survival, and a measure of technological advancement. Kingdoms that mastered ironworking gained dominance over their rivals, their superior weaponry and tools giving them an edge in both warfare and agriculture. Across the Great Lakes region, the Bantu people carried the secrets of iron smelting as they migrated, spreading advanced metallurgical techniques to the lands they settled. These innovations revolutionized local economies, increasing food production and strengthening defenses against external threats. As iron became more accessible, its presence wove itself into the fabric of African identity, symbolizing strength, resilience, and progress. The demand for iron surged, driving the expansion of mining and smithing communities. Villages grew into bustling centers of craftsmanship, where skilled artisans transformed raw ore into blades, hoes, and intricate ornaments. The blacksmiths, revered for their knowledge and skill, held positions of great influence, serving both as essential laborers and as cultural icons. In some societies, iron even took on spiritual significance, with weapons and tools used in rituals, ceremonies, and rites of passage. The ability to mold Earth's raw elements into something both practical and powerful elevated iron beyond mere utility. It became a symbol of divine mastery over nature. As the centuries passed, the impact of ironworking continued to shape the destiny of African civilizations. From the towering walls of Great Zimbabwe to the formidable spears of the Zulu warriors, the mark of iron was unmistakable. It had transformed not only economies and battlefields but also belief systems and social structures. What began as a hidden craft, practiced in the glow of ancient furnaces, had spread like wildfire, leaving an enduring legacy that would forever define Africa's place in the world. The echoes of hammer against anvil still linger in the ruins of ancient forges, where time has swallowed the flames, but not the legacy. Though the fires that once roared in the heart of Africa's blacksmithing villages have faded, their impact remains etched in history. The blacksmiths of old were more than craftsmen. They were visionaries, shaping the future with every strike of their hammer. Their work laid the foundation for industries that would evolve over centuries, influencing both warfare and agriculture. Even as empires rose and fell, the significance of their craft endured, carried forward by generations who refused to let the knowledge die. The ingenuity of Africa's blacksmiths did not vanish with the changing tides of history. Their methods and techniques, once sacred and secret, became the blueprint for modern metallurgy. The principles they pioneered, smelting, casting, and forging, continue to define industries that rely on iron and steel today. In many African communities, blacksmiths still hold a place of honor, their forges alive with the same rhythmic sounds that once echoed through the great kingdoms of Mali, Ghana, and Songhai. The tools they create may have evolved, but the reverence for metalworking remains, a silent acknowledgement of the past within the present. Today, archaeologists uncover smelting sites and ancient relics, piecing together the story of a civilization that mastered metallurgy long before much of the world. Excavations reveal remnants of iron furnaces, slag heaps, and finely crafted weapons that stand as testaments to Africa's technological prowess. These discoveries challenge outdated narratives that often overlooked Africa's contributions to global progress. The rediscovery of these sites rewrites history, affirming that Africa was not merely a participant in the development of ironworking, it was its birthplace, a crucible of innovation that shaped entire civilizations. Though time has weathered the great forges of the past, their spirit endures in the modern world. The knowledge once whispered among elders is now recorded in history books, museums, and academic studies, ensuring that the legacy of Africa's blacksmiths is never lost. From the towering steel structures of contemporary cities to the hand-forged tools still in use today, the influence of those ancient artisans remains unbroken. The anvil's song may have softened, but its echoes continue to ring through time, a lasting tribute to the mastery of those who once turned fire and earth into power. Thanks for tuning into the past. Don't forget to subscribe and join me for more stories that shaped our world.